So hello dear students. So now today we would move ahead in this chapter, that is second chapter, acids, bases and salts. So there we were discussing about some compounds there. We have already discussed about common salt, that is sodium chloride, and then we have discussed about the sodium hydroxide also, caustic soda. So now today we will be discussing about the bleaching powder. What is this bleaching powder? So it is a chemical compound, okay? Calcium hypochlorite. Calcium hypochlorite. Calcium hypochlorite, a chemical compound, is known as bleaching powder. Which one? Bleaching powder. Okay, so calcium hypochlorite is known as the bleaching powder. Are you getting this? Calcium hypochlorite is known as the bleaching powder. Let me write it here to make it visible. Okay, so calcium hypochlorite is known as the bleaching powder. And how do we get this? How do you form this bleaching powder? Now if you see, you take slaked lime. Slaked lime is what? Calcium hydroxide. This is also known as the slaked lime. Common name is slaked lime and its chemical name is calcium hydroxide. Okay, otherwise in general we call it as slaked lime. Slaked lime. So when we pass chlorine gas, through this slaked lime, then we are getting calcium hypochlorite, that is CaOCl2. This is calcium hypochlorite, commonly known as the bleaching powder. Bleaching powder. So this is how we are getting calcium hypochlorite with the help of slaked lime. So when we are passing this chlorine gas through this slaked lime, we are getting this calcium hypochlorite, also known as the bleaching powder. And the other product will be here water. Okay, are you getting? So these two things we are getting when we are passing chlorine gas through the slaked lime. Okay, so this is how we are getting this bleaching powder. Okay dear, note it down. Then after we will be discussing about the uses of the bleaching powder, where we are using it. Okay, just note it down. So now we will be discussing about the uses of the bleaching powder. So first we are using it in the laundry also. Okay, means for the purpose of the bleaching. Okay, so we are using it in laundry also. Then we are using it for disinfecting the drinking water. Okay, for disinfecting means to kill the germs in the drinking water, we are using this bleaching powder. The next we are using it to manufacture chloroform also. Chloroform to make the unconscious. Okay, we are using it CHCl3. Okay, so chloroform is also manufactured with the help of the bleaching powder. Chloroform, its chemical formula is CHCl3 to make someone unconscious. Okay, now it is used for making wool unshrinkable also. Okay, we are using the woolen clothes. So to make the woolen clothes unshrinkable, so there also we are using the bleaching powder. Okay, it is used as an oxidizing agent also. Oxidizing agent we have already discussed, reducing agent and oxidizing agent in the same chapter. Okay, so these are the uses of the bleaching powder. Okay, so now we will be discussing about the baking soda. Baking soda, if you have written this. So now we will discuss about baking soda. Baking soda, also known as sodium hydrogen carbonate. Baking soda. Common name is baking soda. Chemical name would be how much? What? Chemical formula is NaSCO3. This is the chemical formula for the baking soda. Okay, and its chemical name is sodium hydrogen carbonate. Sodium hydrogen carbonate. Or one more chemical name is also there. It is also known as sodium bicarbonate. Sodium bicarbonate. So these are the chemical names of the baking soda. Okay, and chemical formula is NaSCO3, that you should know. Okay, how do we prepare this baking soda? We are taking the concentrated solution of this NaCl. NaCl is what? NaCl is your salt. Okay, and the concentrated solution of NaCl and ammonia. Ammonia is what? NH3. Okay, we are taking the solution of NaCl and ammonia. NaCl and ammonia. So when we are passing the carbon dioxide gas through the concentrated solution of NaCl and ammonia, when we are passing through this the carbon dioxide gas, then we are getting what? Then we are getting this NaHCO3 we are getting, and one more product will be there, that will be the ammonium chloride, that is NH4Cl. Is it visible there? Let me check. Yes, correct. Are you getting this or not? Yeah. So NaCl, the concentrated solution of NaCl and ammonia, when we are passing the carbon dioxide gas through it, getting or not? So we are getting sodium hydrogen carbonate, baking soda, and the other product will be ammonium chloride. This is what? You should write this also down. Okay, ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride. So these are the two byproducts. Are you getting this? And where we are using this baking soda? We are using this in the baking industry, where they are making biscuits, etc. All these are made there. Okay, so there we are using this baking soda to make the surface duff. Okay, to make the surface duff, means spongy like. So there we are using the baking soda. Are you getting this? In the baking industry, we are using this to make the cakes, etc., etc. So there we are using this baking soda. Are you getting? Okay, note it down there. Okay, this is how we are getting the baking soda. Okay, we are taking the concentrated solution of NaCl, common salt, and ammonia, and through this we are passing the carbon dioxide gas. Solution means there will be H2 also. Okay, so with the help of all these three, we are getting sodium hydrogen carbonate and ammonium chloride. Sodium hydrogen carbonate is the baking soda, and if you see its color, it looks like fine powder like. Okay, but sometimes it is crystalline like, crystalline solid like, crystals are there, but usually we are getting it as the fine powder, fine powder like. Okay, and now it has slight alkaline taste also whenever you are tasting it. So slight alkaline taste will be there. Okay, like in the case of when you are tasting the soap, but here there too much base is there, but here not, but slight alkaline taste will be there when you are tasting this baking soda. Okay dear? Okay, write this all. Then after we will be discussing about the usage of the baking soda. Okay, now if you see the usage of the baking soda, so first one, when you are heating this baking soda, okay, so what happens when you are heating this baking soda? It releases carbon dioxide gas. When you are heating this baking soda, it releases carbon dioxide gas. So due to this, the surface becomes duff and it rises. Okay, that is why we are using in the baking industry. Okay, so in baking industry, in making cakes, etc., if you are using it, so when you are heating it, so it releases carbon dioxide gas and makes it spongy like. Okay, getting or not? So this is how the reaction takes place there. Second way where we are using it, it used in cooking and where it reacts with other components. It is similar to the previous one. Okay, in the cooking industry we are using it in the baking industry. Okay, so where it releases carbon dioxide gas, that helps in the duff rise. Okay, the surface rises like this. Okay, and as the CO2 gas releases, so it becomes duff also, spongy. Okay, next one, it is used as an antacid also in medicines where we are using this baking soda. Okay, as an antacid because it is alkaline in nature. It is alkaline in nature. Just now I have told. It tastes somewhat like alkaline. Okay, so that is why we are using it in the medicine also. Okay, as an antacid. Okay, when there is acidity in your stomach or some indigestion problem you are facing, so you would take this baking soda, which is there in the medicine. Okay, if you are taking that one, so you will be relieved. Yes or not? Next thing we are using it is used in making the baking powder also. Baking powder means how we are making baking powder. So baking powder, if you see, it is a mixture. Baking powder. So baking powder. Baking powder is a mixture of what? It is a mixture of baking soda. This is baking soda, and if you are mixing there the mild edible oil like tartaric acid, oil not acid, tartaric acid or any other acid which is edible one, should be edible. Okay, so if you are mixing mild edible acid like tartaric acid with, about tartaric acid we have already discussed, I think, in the first lecture. Okay, so when we are mixing this tartaric acid, which is an edible acid, okay, in mild quantity, which when you are mixing it with baking soda, so we are getting the baking powder that you are getting in market also. Are you getting it? So this is how the baking powder is formed, with the help of what? Baking soda. When you are mixing there some edible acids like tartaric acids. Are you getting? So these are some uses of the baking soda. Okay, and that is all for today in this lecture. Now from tomorrow we will be discussing a few other topics of this chapter. Okay, till then stay tuned and keep watching. Thank you. Have a good day.